Hello everyone, myself Dr. P. Srivastava and today we will discuss about the heart. So heart is a Greek name is cardia and Latin this is known as which is related to the coronary artery, right? The heart is a conical hollow muscular organ and it's situated within the pericardium. Right? This is situated between this portion is known as mediastinum, right? The heart is a conical, it is a conical like shape and enclosed with the pericardium, means outer layer of the heart is known as pericardium, and it pumps the blood to various part of the body for the nutrition requirement, right? Situation, it's situated in the middle mediastinum, right? So now what is the external features? So it is a placed obliquely, this is the oblique, and anteriorly it's situated body of sternum, and in posterior side vertebral column and the costal cartilage, right? And right side, due to the oblique in place, so right side is situated only one third and left is two third, right? And measuring, so about 12 to 12 into 9 centimeter, and weight is in male 300 gram and in female 250 gram, right? Fourth chamber, uh, right atrium and right ventricle. This portion is known as right atrium. This is the right atrium. So right atrium and left atrium, right ventricle and left ventricle. So it is four chamber, and arteria is separated through the and intra-atrial septum, and ventricle separate to the, this one is known as intraventricular septum. This portion is known as intra-atrial septum, right? Where is the atrium, left atrium and right atrium separated by this septum, right? And this portion is known as interventricular septum, and this portion is separated right ventricle to the from the left ventricle, right? Now apex, base, border and surface. So apex is directed downward, forward and to the left. Base is, it is a posterior surface and directed backwards, and border is three border, upper, right and inferior border. Inferior border is known as diaphragmatic border, right? Surfaces, three surfaces. Anterior surface is known as sternocostal surface, inferior surface is known as diaphragmatic surface, and left surfaces. The heart is the apex, this portion is known as apex, this portion is known as base, right? And three surfaces. Anterior surface is known as anterior sternal surface, and inferior, this surface is known as inferior surface, a diaphragmatic surface, and this portion is known as lateral surface. Three surfaces, okay? Border have three border. This border is upper side is known as upper border. This is the right border, okay? And this one is the inferior border. And now we will see the sulcus and grooves. The right atrium have a right atrium and right ventricle, both are separated by the AV wall, and left ventricle and left atrium is separated by the AV wall. Both are the AV wall. This portion is known as tricuspid wall. This portion is known as bicuspid wall, right? So this tricuspid wall is guarded by the groove is tricuspid groove, yes, sulcus is guarded by the tricuspid wall, right? So interlateral groove, this group is known as interatrial groove, and is situated entirely posteriorly, and anteriorly it is hidden by the aorta and pulmonary trunk. And anterior interventricular groove, this is the interventricular groove which near the left margin of the heart, and it runs downward to the left, right? And this groove separate the apex and rest of the inferior border of the heart, and this portion apex and all inferior border of the heart, right? The posterior interventricular groove, this posterior side, it is situated on diaphragmatic inferior surface of the heart, and it is near the right margin of the surfaces of the heart. So two interventricular groove meet the inferior border near the apex, right? Apex is the form left ventricle of the heart, right? The apex is formed by the left ventricle of the heart, and this portion is known as apex, right? This portion is known as apex. So apex is situated left fifth intercostal space, left fifth intercostal space, and 9 centimeter lateral to midline. This is the midline, 9 centimeter lateral to midline. And in the children below to 2 years, the apex is situated just above any fifth intercostal space. This portion is known as apex, right? So it is in this direction is the downward, forward, and to the left side, right? It is overlapped by the anterior border of the left lung, right? Base. So base is called, it is also called posterior surface, and mainly it is formed by the left atrium and by a small part of the right atrium, right? So this is the posterior surface. This is the posterior surface. This portion is formed base. Okay, so it is formed mainly by the left atrium and by the small part of the right atrium. So this is the left atrium, this is the left atrium, and this is the right atrium, right? So this is formed by the mainly left atrium. In relation to the base, can see the opening of the four pulmonary vein. We can see the four pulmonary vein which open into the base of the heart, right? Through the vertebral column by the right pulmonary vein, esophagus, and aorta. So this is the base. Border of the so four border. Upper we will see in this diagram. So the upper border, this is the known as upper border. It is a slightly oblique and formed by the two atria, right atria and left atria, right? And right border, this is the right border. It is more or less vertical and is formed by the right atrium. This is the right atrium and extend to superior vena cava to inferior vena cava, right? So this is the inferior vena cava. Okay, and inferior border is nearly horizontal and formed mainly by the right ventricle. The whole portion is known as right ventricle. Okay, and a small part is the near the apex is formed by the left ventricle, and this portion is the left ventricle. So this is the small portion which form the inferior border. Otherwise, all are formed by the right ventricle, right? And extend from inferior vena cava. This portion is known as inferior vena cava through the apex. Okay, this and left border. This is the left border. Left border is oblique and curved, and it formed by mainly the left ventricle and partially by the left auricle. Is separate anterior and left surface of the heart, right? Separate anterior and left surface of the heart. Now, surfaces. The heart has three surfaces: anterior या intersternocostal surface. Anterior means anterior side में, right? The formation, the right atrium and right ventricle and partially by the left ventricle and left auricle. These are from the anterior surface of the heart, right? Known as sternocostal surface. So left atrium is not seen on the anterior surface and it is covered by the aorta and pulmonary trunk. Right? And most of the sternocostal surface is covered by the lungs, but a part of it that lies behind the cardiac notch of the left lung is uncovered. The uncovered area is dull on percussion, and clinically it referred to as the area of superficial cardiac ventriculus, right? So this is a surface, anterior surface. And now inferior diaphragmatic surface. It lies on central tendon of diaphragm. Formation. So two-third by the left ventricle. This is the left ventricle. We will see. This is the left ventricle, and this all portion is known as inferior diaphragmatic surface, which lies central tendon of diaphragm. Right? And two-third is from the left ventricle and one-third by the right ventricle, right? And transversely by the posterior interventricular groove, and it directed downward and slightly backward. So this is the inferior diaphragmatic surface. It also known as the posterior side, right? Now left side, left surface, and which formed by the left ventricle, and the upper by the this portion is known as the auricle. So upper part formed by the auricle and lower part is the form of the left ventricle, right? And here is the related to the left phrenic nerve, left pericardio vessels, and the pericardium, right? So this is the surfaces. First one is known as pulmonary, and second is known as systemic. Yeah, you can say systemic and pulmonary. So now chambers. The first one we will describe about the right chamber. So what is the right chamber? Right chamber is the right upper chamber of the heart. It receives venous blood from the whole body and pumps it into the right ventricle through the right atrium ventricular air tricuspid opening. Its chamber is elongated. This is the portion known as right atrium, right? And receiving the blood from upper end through the superior vena cava and lower end by the inferior vena cava, right? And it is forms upper border. This portion is known as upper border, okay? In front of surface known as external surface, and this portion is known as base. You see the upper end. This is the upper end. The upper end is prolonged to the left and form the right auricle. This form is the right auricle. This portion is known as right auricle, right? And it covers the root of this auricle, cover the root of the ascending aorta. This is the ascending aorta and overlap by infundibulum of right ventricle. In right border, this is the right border. This is the right border. The atrium, there is a shallow vertical groove. The groove, okay, superior vena cava above and inferior vena cava below. The groove is called sulcus terminalis. This is groove is called sulcus terminalis, and it is produced by the internal muscular ridge called the cisterna terminalis, right? The upper part of the sulcus contains SA node which act as a pacemaker of the heart. Now, inlet of the right atrium. So, this is the inlet of the right atrium. Superior vena cava, upper and inferior vena cava, lower in coronary sinus within the posterior surfaces, anterior cardiac vein and vena cavae minima known as Thracian vein. These all are the and right marginal vein in the inlet of the right atrium, right? And now we will see the internal feature. Divided into three parts. First one is known as anterior part, yeah, pectinate part. It is a rough due to the presence of muscular ridge. Second is the posterior part is a smooth and known as sinus venerum. And third is interatrial part which separate the both atrium, right and left, right? So this is the anterior part known as pectinatory part including the auricle, right? So this is the right auricle which including in anterior part, or this portion is known as anterior part, right? So this is anterior part. This is a rough due to the having the musculi pectinate, right? And developmentally derived from the primary atria chamber, and it presents a series of transverse series. This is the series of transverse series which present in anterior surface, and they arises from crista terminalis and which runs forward downward toward the AV orifice, giving the appearance of teeth of gum, right? So this is the anterior part. And posterior part. Posterior part is the smooth, known as sinus venerum. This portion is known as posterior part. So posterior part, in posterior part you will see the developmentally it derived from the right horn of sinus venosum, and most of the tributaries except anterior cardiac vein open into it. So upper superior vena cava, in lower in inferior vena cava. These are the open into the posterior part which is a smooth part, and inferior vena cava is guarded by the valve known as Eustachian valve, and inferior vena cava valve. During the embryonic life, the valve guides the inferior vena cava blood to the left atrium, means this portion. So right atrium blood directly goes into the left atrium by this groove is known as foramen ovale. Embryonic life, the blood directly goes into right to left atrium, right? And coronary sinus. So where is the coronary sinus? This is the coronary sinus, right? So coronary sinus, this sinus situated between the fossa ovalis and right AV orifice, right? Interatrial septum. The interatrial septum is derived from the developmentally septum primum and septum secundum, and it presents the fossa ovalis. This is the present of the fossa ovalis. It occurs in interatrial septum, and it is the having the prominent margin. Fossa ovalis, this fossa ovalis having the prominent margin is known as annulus ovalis and limbus ovalis. And remain of the foramen ovale occasionally present. This foramen ovale is occasionally present in after birth, right? So this is occurred after the birth. Now, right ventricle. So right ventricle, it is a triangular chamber which receive blood from the right atrium and pump into the lungs through the pulmonary trunk, right? Formation. It forms the inferior border of the large part of external costal surface, right? and a small part of the inferior surface. So the inferior surface is known as diaphragmatic surface, and anterior surface is known as sternocostal. So this portion is known as right ventricle, right? Now internal part. So right ventricle having two surfaces, and interior has two part, inflowing part and outflowing part. Inflowing part is a rough due to the presence of muscular ridge called trabeculae cornea, and outflowing part is known as infundibulum. It is a smooth and formed by the upper conical part of the right ventricle, which gives rise to pulmonary trunk and develop the mid portion of the bulbous cardis. So this is the outflowing part, and this is known as inflowing part, right? This is the outflowing part and this is the inflowing part. And internal feature has two orifice. First one is known as right atrioventricular groove. This is the right AV wall, known as right AV orifice, and it is guarded by the tricuspid wall because having the tricusp, and this one is known as pulmonary orifice. It guarded by the pulmonary wall, right? So inflowing part has trabeculae cornea. This is known as inflowing part. It has the trabeculae cornea, a muscular ridge. That's why the inferior part is the rough part. It has ridge, bridge, and pillar. Pillar या papillary muscles. So papillary muscle, it attach one end with the ventricular wall and other end is the connected with the cusp, right? Other end connected with the cusp. This is the cusp, right? One end attached with the ventricle and second, another end in the cusp through the chordae tendineae. This is the chordae tendineae, known as chordae tendineae, and this one is the papillary muscle. So papillary muscle is the 3 number, anterior, posterior, and septal, right? The anterior muscles is the largest and posterior inferior muscle is the small and irregular, right? Oh. Now interventricular septum. So the each septum is placed oblique and one surface face forward and to the right, right? This portion is known as interventricular septum, and this is the placed oblique. This is the placed oblique, and surface is the right side and face backward and to the left. This is the forward, faces forward, right, and other face is the left side, right? Left side and backward. So this upper part of the septum is thin and lower part is the thick, right? And you can see the papillary muscle. This is the anterior papillary muscle, this is the posterior, and this is the septal, and this is the pulmonary orifice. The wall is tricuspid, so there is a 3 cups is there, 1, 2, 3, right? So this is a septum. Now left atrium. It is a quadrangular in chamber. This portion is known as left atrium, right? And it is a quadrangular in chamber, and this appendage is known as left auricle, and it overlapped by the infundibulum of the right ventricle, right? The posterior surface of the atrium forms the anterior wall of the oblique sinus of pericardium. The anterior wall of the atrium is formed by the interatrial septum, and 2 pulmonary veins open into the atrium on each side of the posterior wall. The greater wall of the interior of the atrium is smooth wall, and it is derived from the absorbed pulmonary vein, and musculopectinity are present only in the auricle where they form appendage. Means this portion, this is a left atrium. So it is a quadrangular, and it opens 4 pulmonary vein. This is a 4 pulmonary vein open into the left atrium, and blood goes to the left ventricle through the AV wall, known as bicuspid, mitral wall, right? So now we will see the left ventricle. So left ventricle receives oxygenated blood from the left atrium and pumps into the aorta formation. The apex, it forms the apex of the heart, right? Known as left ventricle. It is from apex of the heart, left border and left surface, and 2/3 of diaphragmatic surface. This is the inferior surface and diaphragmatic surface, right? So it having three surfaces: anterior external corpus surface, inferior area diaphragmatic surface, and this is the left surface. Interiorly, it have a two part, rough and smooth. The lower part is known as rough part, which have the tubular cornea developed from the primitive ventricles of the heart tube, and upper smooth part is the aortic vestibule, gives origin of the ascending aorta, and it receives the blood. There is a two orifice known as the left AV orifice, a bicuspid, a mitral orifice guarded by the bicuspid wall, and the aortic orifice guarded by the aortic wall. Right. Artery supply of the heart. So the heart is supplied by the two coronary arteries arising from the ascending aorta. Both arteries runs in coronary circus, right? So this is the right coronary artery and left coronary artery, right? Venous supply of the heart. These are the great cardiac vein, the middle cardiac vein, and right marginal vein, oblique vein of the left atrium. These all are drained into the coronary sinus, right? And the anterior cardiac vein and vena cava minimi, it drain into the right atrium. So now we will also describe this portion in my next lecture. Now we will see the lymphatic of the heart. So here is the heart accompany the coronary artery and form the two trunk. The right trunk end in the brachiocephalic nodes and left trunk end in the tracheo-brachial lymph node at the bifurcation of the trachea. Right? Nerve supply. Heart is supplied by the two nerves, parasympathetic and sympathetic nerve, right? So parasympathetic nerve reach the heart by the vagus nerve. These are cardio-inhibitory, and on stimulation they slow down the heart rate. And sympathetic nerve is derived from the upper 4 to 5 thoracic segment of the spinal cord, and these are cardioaccelerated. On stimulation they increase the heart rate and dilate the coronary arteries. So both parasympathetic and sympathetic nerve form the superficial and deep cardiac flexus, and this branch of which runs along the coronary arteries to reach the myocardium. Right? And clinical anatomy. So cardiac pain is an ischemic pain caused by the incomplete obstruction of the coronary artery, and thrombosis of the coronary artery is a common cause of the sudden death in person which is middle in age. This is due to the myocardial infarction and ventricular fibrillation. So tachycardia. Tachycardia means rapid pulse and increased heart rate. Bradycardia. If the pulse is slow or decreased heart rate is known as bradycardia, and if the pulse rate is irregular, an irregular rate is called arrhythmias. And inflammation of the heart can involve more than one layer of the heart. If the inflammation in pericardium is known as pericarditis, if myocardium, then myocarditis, and if infected endocardium is known as endocarditis. This is the clinical anatomy, right? So now we will describe the valve of the heart, conductive system, coronary artery and coronary sinus in described manner, right? Thank you very much.